Smithsonian Anacostia Community Museum presents the following audio interview with Herb Lee Jr. You have to thank 7 generations. The interview takes place in Kaneohe, Hawaii, where he is with the Pacific American Foundation. The audio interview is overlaid with photographs illustrating the landscape and events described.
When I came on board, I already had a nonprofit that was focused on Waikalua Loko. And my focus was already turning towards not just the physical restoration of the pond and looking at it from an environmental stewardship standpoint, but really looking at it from the successes that we had in the early years gave us a clearer vision to look at methodologies and strategies to transform public education in Hawaii. And we are still on that mission. And we've been, I think, have had, pretty good success at it for a small nonprofit. We dissolved the Waikalua Loko Fishpond Society because we had progressed to a point where when we acquired the pond, now we had a higher kuleana responsibility that was not just year to year anymore or even day to day, but it was generational. So it completely changed our thinking. And the kupuna, the elders have always taught us, which I knew intellectually, but I really didn't understand fully until I was put in a position to be the steward of this local ia, is that you have to think 7 generations. And because the pond is 400 years old, I told everybody our responsibility now is to make sure that it's still here 400 years from now, which is 20 generations. So how do we make decisions today that's going to impact that? So there's a saying, if you want to plan for 1 year, you plant taro. If you plan for 10 years, you plant the koa tree. If you plan for 100 years or more, you teach the children. So our focus has been on teaching the children, and in the process, we didn't think about transforming that system. But when we exposed to the kids in teaching them science, math, social studies, language arts, in the context of a place like this, with people that have the indigenous wisdom, and seeing the transformation in the students to become an inspired learner that lives what they learn and can actually teach, even though they're still young, that was transformative. And everybody that experienced it and witnessed it with us said that's what education should be. So obviously we wanted to try to bring that success to as many people and students as possible. So we started with the schools, in this area, around this area, the 31 schools, elementary, high school, middle schools, and then we went statewide. And so now we have trained thousands of teachers, and now we are really in the process of transforming education, because 23 years ago when we started this, to now, we're at the precipice of a tipping point that I've never seen before in the institution of education in Hawaii, as well as the hearts and minds of families, teachers, not everybody now, but enough of people to have the same heart, mind, and spirit to really now push that transformation. And it's exciting. It's super exciting. And, we get to join up with people like Derek, that have that passion and that have the skills, and many people like him that have different gifts and talents to be able to do what I call a hierarchical political strategy for transformation, which is both grassroots up and top down. And we're working that simultaneously. Although I started at the grassroots, now I find myself kind of working with the top guys, trying to get them back down to understand, what is the true essence of what education really means, and where the people on the bottom are really trying to understand how do we make the changes that we need institutionally.